Good morning, everyone. I want to clarify something because I'm getting a few questions from you guys with virtual desktop and your actual desktop with it. So, just to demo, then don't be clear on how to use virtual desktop with it. So, you are in your virtual desktop. You're in your desktop right now. Well, for example, this is my Japanese garden screen, for example, that you're looking here. This is imagine this is my Windows 11 Windows desktop and Windows 10 Windows desktop with it as well. So I'm recording this with it. So I already have, let me drop this down, minimize this, and I'm going to open up the browser, which I have logged onto a browser. This is my Firefox, and I've used the code and development and like you did for module 1 with it. Inside of that, you can see this is the tab for that particular virtual desktop, which says code and development with it. That's the virtual desktop I asked you to use for module 1 with it. And inside of that, right now with it, I opened up the eCampus, and I'm just going to use the course UXUI 1370. This could be IMED 1316 or any other course I teach with it, right? The thing is, if you look at the bottom here, I want to point out here, this is the taskbar for the virtual desktop. The cursor that I'm pointing at down here is the taskbar for my desktop. Now, just to clarify, you can take screenshots of the virtual desktop here and paste it to your desktop here. But however, you cannot take screenshots of your operating system and paste it back into the virtual desktop. Does that make sense? It doesn't go in other words, the two operating systems, the virtual desktop and your desktop don't talk to each other. All right, in the cache, in the RAM memory. My best recommendation for you is to do everything in the virtual desktop. So I've logged on to, here's the code and development. This is the tab of my operating system, and you notice how I maximize this. All right, so it makes it a lot easier to work with. So it makes it you're inside of the virtual desktop with it. Inside that, I open up a browser. Any of the browser, I'm using Chrome in this case with it. So this is my Chrome. I'm going to talk to you about later on for the visual code, but this is the desktop, not for the virtual desktop, not my desktop on my computer. So keep things in reference in with it. So when you see D college like this is the virtual desktop. So maximize that with it as enter the full screen even better with it. That's what I recommend you to do. Click on that. Even if you do this will give you a little bit more space in there as well. You can always exit the full screen with it, but don't be confused with all the stuff that you have up here in the browser. So I recommend you doing this, entering the full screen. So once you've done this, all right, and it just covers your desktop at the bottom, so the virtual desktop with it. So I recommend you, depending how big your screen is, I'm working with a 22-inch screen right now with it. So a couple of things I need for you to do. This is the browser. Notice I hover over this thing here. This is my taskbar of my virtual desktop. So I'd like for you to download, just to save time, I logged into eCampus and I went into module 2 and with it as well. So down here, click on this instruction page, and you see where it says download. If you don't see your download, depending on what browser you have, and you can always scroll down, there's also a download button here as well. So here's a download button with it. And you download this will take it down to the virtual desktop download folder, which is here, right? This is what this icon is. And you click on this folder, and here's what it looks like with it as well. So I'm going to grab this file right here. I'm just going to copy it, and then I'm going to find the module make sure you're in the virtual desktop module. I'm going to find course Spring 2025. Of course, this particular assignment is in mod. I'm going to put this inside of UXUI. I should put this into a folder. You should have a new folder. Everybody should have a folder. Your 9 folders with it, right? So just for the purpose of demonstration, you should have a module 1 through 8 and IMG and docs. So 10 folders in all, right? So I'm going to have folder 2. Inside of that folder, that's where I'm going to paste this or download this document right here. because I got it open, that's why. Hang on. Let me close out of it. Drag that in here. Expand that spring. Here's that module right there. That's where I want it. So I'm just going to drag that into that folder right there. Okay. So in here is where I would like for you to open that file. And then I'm going to do everything inside the virtual desktop at this time with it. Make sure you put your full name on this right now with it. You're watching this video, so it's going to be somewhere. There's going to be a link in number 5 here, basically. So link to module 2 instruction. Okay. So this is what you're going to see is this link right here with it. That's when you click on it. All right, as we go through this, again, I'm repeating some of this video that you saw from Module 1 with it. So you should be able to see, watch this video if you haven't. It's just watch the first 16 minutes with this thing. Everything that we're doing is going, the persona, the empathy mapping, and then we're going to do the journey mapping and the Module 3 with it as well. But again, the scenario is you're creating a food app, food website, an app for the empathy mapping with it as well. So here's the link for this course with it. Don't worry about this. I want to send out emails, okay? So apparently this link doesn't work with it, so you're going to get individual emails that I want to send out with it as well. So every course is going to be different with how it looks with it, right? Follow this instruction. Like I said, I need screenshots of your sticky once you get to your Mural board with it. So let me see if I can actually, this is I'm going to log on to the Mural board right now. So I'm logging to the Mural board right now, and I sent out every one of you is going to have a different mapping with this thing with it as well. So let me just grab one of them. Of course, all of you are going to have different rooms in here. Let me just grab one of the rooms for the assignment. This could be one of the other rooms with it. But don't worry about the title of the room. It's Module 2, whatever the link is. So I will send out emails of all with what you're looking at. Again, here's what I would like for you to do is look at it from the big picture and watch the videos on stuff. But here's how I need for you to do this is grab one of the sticky pad, or you can create a sticky pad folder from here with it. Put your comments, make sure your name's in this. Make sure you take screenshots of this. I need a screenshot of this, each one of these sections. So in here, you'll be using the snipping tool. So here's the snipping tool. So once you're done with it, you will take a screenshot of this. All right, and then I need to make sure that I can read, make it legible enough for you, right? So I need a screenshot of this as well. So so you can see that's too small with it, right? So what I need for you to do is, let me come over here. We can zoom in on this thing. So we'll zoom in on this, let's say this right here. So I'm going to use this right here to actually do a snipping tool. And I need this right here to be copied over to your, again, if you do this as a big picture, you're going to copy and paste this over to your, here's the copy. You can copy this over to your Word document that you have here with it, right? So you should have, this is one of them over here, and you're going to paste it in whatever section that I need for you to do here as well. Again, I need a big picture and then the small screenshot of each one of them that you just did with it as well. That's about it with it. I don't want to get too much on this here. Watch the videos of the file structures with this. I modify a lot of these assignments to fit with it. Some of these are old videos with it. You can hear what I call this class EX. Same thing as modules. So I just changed the verbiage, the word to modules instead with it. So watch the file structures with it. You should have done this in module 1 already with it, right? I'm not going to ask for a screenshot for it as well. I talked to you about creating an index page. Please follow this instruction with it. Here's the written instruction, so do the reading with it, and then I have video instructions for you to do this as well. So with the index page, I need for you to use the visual code. Now you're welcome to download the visual code with it. It's up to you with it. If not, if you're using the virtual desktop, I already have it installed. Just come over here and just type in the word code. It will populate the Visual Studio Code. That's what we're using with as well. So the first thing, the file that I call here is the skeleton. If I'm going to ask you pause the video and type the code exactly like this. Make sure you have it exactly like this. If you notice, and I explain as I go through this with it, make sure you have your first name, last name. This is what's called commented out. The browser hides anything between line 2 to line 4. So make sure you put your first name, last name on here. Course section, of course I'm using is this course right here, right? What is this assignment? Is this module 1, 2, 3, 4? What are we talking about? Module number here with it. So put your module number in here. Now your code actually starts from here to here. Notice the way how I indented with it. Make sure you indent it the way how I have it. Okay, so these I explained in my code what these mean. HTML is not case sensitive. It has 2 sections. It has the head section, has the body section. Inside of this head section, each one of these things, they call it HTML. They're reserved words. They're called elements with it. So, or tags, you will hear me refer to. Just baby steps with it. Title. Whatever you put in the title, that will actually appear in the title of your browser with it. So the body is what's going to appear between it. Notice the starting and the closing. The closing of the tag always ends with a /. So the same name with a / in front of it, that closes the tag. So what I want you to do here, so you need to actually have this. All right, you can say anything here. Hello world. This is my first program here. It's fine with it. More importantly, if you watch my videos with it, I need for you to install some plugins, some more add extension, what's called extension with it. So if you go over to the dot, in this case, you should have a little icon like I had right here with it, right? It says extension. You type in live, the word live here, it should populate what's called the live server. I have this installed already, and at this resolution, it's called Workday, and click on install right here. This will allow you to view your page in on this local host. You're hosting this page on your computer. All right. So install the live, and once you've done that, you get back to your Windows Explorer, find this file right here with it, right? So I want you to actually right mouse click. I'm just going to type in something here. I'm going to say, hi, this is Dan's first web page. All right. So I'll do something like this. Control S saves it, and then I will right mouse click, and I want to say open with live server. All right. Once you have that live server installed, you will see this is what, and I need for you to take, if the instruction calls for, you notice the 127.0.0.1 port 5501. This right here is what's called a loopback IP address, colon 5501 is the port, / it puts it to the name of the file skeleton that we just did. And of course this is in the body. If you notice in the title of our code, that actually has what's called the skeleton. Now, so that's what in a nutshell looks like with it as well. So let me close that out. Let me come back to the code for a second. So in your index page, I gave you instruction how to do all of this right here, right? So this is your index page with it as well. So what I need for you to do at this time with it, let me show you what this looks like. If I went here and I just went right mouse click, live server, this is what your ultimate is creating is a page. It looks like this with it, and it's a table. And it has 3 columns: dates, descriptions, and assignments. You're going to put the date. You're going to put the description, right? A little bit more description of what you have, and have the hello world. And I'm gonna create the hello world. You should link back and forth between here and back to your index page with it. Don't worry about this link yet. All right, but we'll have two web pages talking to each other, but my goal right now is for you to create your index page. The last point I want to make is your file structure. I need at the end, when you take the screenshots of your file structure with it, if you look at your file structure, let me pull up your file structure for this course, for this assignment with it. So make sure everything is sitting. At the end, I ask you to take a screenshot of all your file structure in your Files Explorer. So make sure you take a screenshot of all of this. The only file that sits outside of this is the index. I want to move this skeleton inside of the module 1 here, module 2 here. So this is what it should look like. Yes, with it. So this is your file structure. Make sure you take a screenshot of this in your Windows Explorer or your Visual Code. I'll accept both, okay? But the only file that's sitting outside is index. Everything else is a subdirectory, okay? So if you can do that for me, it'll be great. This will conclude the introduction of or Module 2 assignment with it as well. Thanks.